the Honda Silverwing. Mine's no 2 model. So 48 brake horsepower, 582 cc's, parallel twin, fuel injected, with a top speed of around 112 miles an hour. And the tank will do you for about 160 mile. So that'd be pushing it. She tends to do, I think she averaged about 48, 45, 48 miles to the gallon. And road tax is about £87. Some features. Really good headlight, apart from the bulb's gone in mine, so I need to change that. It's another video. Some good grippy tyres, discs front and back, an automatic gearbox that's really smooth, lovely seat, and really good room for your pillion too, plus some nice grab rails for the pillion. So we've got fuel tank. You just get your key in there. The fuel tank's not massive, but it'll do you. And this one's got heated grips, which are okay, but I've put these extra foam pads on, so it has to heat them up too. And they're not that good at holding the heat, but they do work. Good mirrors. And you've got your normal rev counter, speedo. And in here is a nice little glove box. So I've just got my cables in there because there is, right at the back, there you go, power outlet. So I've got, sorry, the door's slamming. So I've got one of them, an anchor with Type-C coming off that. And you plug that in as you're going along, don't leave it plugged in. That's that locked up. Now on this side you've just got a smaller one, don't tend to use it. So that's just got a spare balaclava in. And I've added that. That's my phone holder for when I'm going along, which I did realise the screen doesn't always protect it when it's raining. So my phone did get wet last time because it was in active screen mode because I had Google Maps on. It started to shut down, which sent me into a bit of a panic. But I was on the motorway. So under here, just put your normal key in there, click, and this is a really good bit of storage. As you can see, I've got a normal motorcycle jacket. I think it should. It didn't when I bought it, but it normally has an hydraulic arm that links maybe to there or somewhere. So I've got like a prop on this one that I prop it up with. This one that I bought is by no means perfect, but I like it. So that just sits in there like that, and that holds your seat up. And then as you can see under here, I've got a motorcycle jacket, full-size lid, and some spare stuff. But when we went to France, obviously my pillion was wearing this and that, so she had all her clothes in here with a lot of room left over. And then you've got your fuses. Now your battery is behind this jacket. Just take that out. So you unscrew just that one screw there, and your battery's sat behind there. And then there's a screwdriver just for that job. So that's really impressive. And then if we come out of there, it's got the colour match top box. This could be full of junk because I ain't looked in here since France. Got the high vis. I think you're supposed to have them in France. It's got various bits and bobs. It's got my waterproof leggings. And I used that when I was off to France. Obviously a Chinese copy from Team U, good old Team U. And that just goes on your hip. And I found that really useful because in these, do it with one hand, but in these little pockets, you can put, well, you put anything you want really, but I put my wallet and I put my passport in there and boarding. When we're going on the ferry and whatnot, I put my boarding and in the back, I don't know, put anything you want really. But I also kept my locks in here, but there's still ample room. There was a lot of room in here, and we had sort of snacks and stuff as we were going along. So that just sits in there like that. I'll just put the seat down, if you'll excuse me. So that's simple enough. Lock that shut. It's quite a heavy bike. It's about 220 kilos, I think. But obviously, like most heavy bikes, you don't really realise when you're going. going along. You can feel it a bit at low speed, especially if you've got a pillion on, but it didn't bother me that much. I've had heavier bikes. I had a Honda DeVille, and I think that was a bit heavier. It felt like a heavier bike. Obviously, last owner or someone has put this sort of aluminium grip against the exhaust there. That wasn't me. I guess it's all right. I don't think the pillion's leg sort of comes here. These are little flip out pillion pegs. So I don't suppose it was going to set fire to her. And I like this though. This is the a foot plate, because obviously when you're going along, you can put your feet there, and then you can pretty much stretch your legs out, which is a lovely feature. I mean, it's still got a bit uncomfy after about 2 hours. You're ready to get off. But there, we'll get her started up. I'm aware I'm inside the building, but there is a door open over there, so the camera will all of a sudden fall to the floor. So I'll have to get on it, because it's just on its centre stand at the minute. And that's it started up. I won't rev it, otherwise it'll start rolling forward. It being an automatic box and all. That's it, it doesn't sound too bad. You won't think here comes a scooter. As you can see, main bulb not working. I think the main full beam is though. Yes, full beam's working. That's why I had to come back. Along the A20, well, all the way back to Nottingham with the full beam on. Yeah, rumbling away. I think it's quite a nice rumble. There you go, a bit of a rev. Watch that back wheel spinning round. I think she sounds okay. And pretty much when we pulled up at the ferry, a good suspension. When we pulled up at the ferry, everything else was bloody GS's. We were literally the only bike that wasn't a BMW. So there you go. It's quite nice to be different. But really nice sitting position. You know, obviously you're sat there, you can stretch your legs, even if you, well, I'm about 5'11", and I could easily stretch my feet up there, rather than on a normal bike. I suppose your feet are tucked in here. On an old Gixxer, they'd be tucked up here. But I find it comfy enough. And there she is, Honda Silverwing. I've had quite a few bikes, and I do really like this one. I picked it up for about £1,400. You could obviously get a newer one for £2,500. Nothing wrong with this one, apart from it will need its head bearing doing at some point, which has been quoted about £300, which is like, okay, but it needs doing. The mechanic said he could tell straight away. I'm not sure I can tell, but I have to believe him. So he apparently needs to take all his fairing off, which I'm going to gnaw this body up, and it's a bit of a pain, it being a kind of scooter club type thing. So there you go, buy one today, the Honda Silverwing.